And what is the Musimap? Tell us about them and their story, how they started out.
So Musimap had already a history before that. Um, the founder of the company is Pierre Lebec. As I mentioned, he's a long-term musicologist, music psychologist, and also worked in film industry, music, created soundtracks for movies. And he was also working together with Olivier, and they annotated a lot of music over a time span of 15 years. So this is, so Musimap is now around for 5 years, 15 years earlier. So in total about 20 years, they have been describing music, and they had a big team that helped them. So it was kind of a research project where they gathered more and more people that helped describing the world's music catalog. They reached more than 1 million songs, but because they were so motivated by doing this manually, because they didn't know about AI when they started this. They wanted to do this manually and map out the music's world. That's why the company is named Musimap, because they literally wanted to create a map of music where there's, you can imagine it like Google Maps. You have a landscape, you have a map where there's different areas for different genres, and then the more you zoom in, you see the key artists that created, that are the ambassadors of those genres. And the more you zoom in, you get to the latest fresh new artists, the latest fresh new releases, and then you diverge and go in another path and dive into other genres. And then later on, there's an area where there are new genres and new artists emerging. And so they saw this as a global map of music, and that's still the spirit and the DNA of Musimap. In 5 years ago, the company was recreated. Also, Frederic Notte was on board already in the predecessor project as the CTO, who took care about all the technical parts, like managing the wealth of data, putting it correctly in a database that made connections between the artists and the albums, etc. And then, yeah, the company was launched. They were looking for how to bring this to the next level. The answer was already on the table. This needed AI. This needed some machine learning input, artificial intelligence to bring this to the next level. And I was the guy who brought that in. I had that experience and knowledge already because I was starting my research 2004 and then my company 2008. So then, yeah, about 8 years later, I had a lot of knowledge there that would fit perfectly to Musimap.